Hello and welcome to the guys from the MRC. You join us for the GT3 World Series. This is League 2 and we are at Road Atlanta. This is a sprint and feature round, so there'll be a 20-minute sprint and then a 40-minute feature race. And we had 10 minutes of qualifying and fast JMS with a very shiny Corvette stuck it on pole. Bazza in the Jag is in second place. In third we have Ice in the Dodge. In fourth we have Golden Brownie in the Mercedes. In fifth place we have Berserker Boy in the FT1. In sixth we have Captain Pugwash in the Peugeot. In seventh we have Crazy Mac in another FT1. In eighth we have Vroom Vroom in a Peugeot. In ninth place we have Molson in a Mercedes. In 10th place we have Willy Bob. He did miss round 1, but it's good to join us, I think, for the majority of the rest of the season. So it's Willy Bob in 10th in the Beetle. In 11th place we have Benji in the Corvette. In 12th we have Blackie in the GT500. In 13th we have Gary in another Corvette. In 14th we have Roadrunner in a Mercedes. He did miss round 1. I'm saying with Relly, hopefully we're joining us for the rest of the season. And in 15th place we have Pud in the NSX. So let's get these guys underway. Jump to the front. Right, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go at Road Atlanta. Great start there from fast JMS. Ice there, looks like he's already gained a position off on Brazza into turn 1. Looks like he's going to move his Ice, but no, stays behind JMS. Looks like everyone got round the first turn smoothly. So has there been any big changes at the front 5? No, really, just Bazza and Ice swapping positions there. Molson, Crazy Mac, Benji, Pugwash, Welly, Vroom Vroom, Gary, Blackie. Pud's moved up in front of Roadrunner. So yeah, no real big changes at the moment for the first half of the lap, but everyone's still nice and clean, which is good to see. It's quite a tight track, especially the first part through the S's. So let's see if any of the cars are different in their top end. Looks like the front 3 are just pulling away from Golden Brownie, who is under attack from Berserker for that 4th position. But Berserker thinks better of it and just sticks behind. Bazza looks like he goes up to Ice there ahead as well. Molson there just watching these 2 battle ahead. But Berserker's dropped off the back of Golden Brownie from the chicane at the end of the lap. Everyone's kind of just sitting in line, just waiting, because this track, as soon as you touch the grass, you're probably a 80% chance you're going to spin it out. Coming over the top of the hill, gets a little bit deep there. Blackie's dropped down a place or 2. Golden Brownie's in the wall. What's happened to Golden Brownie? Let's have a jump back. Where did he get it wrong here? Jump on the chase cam. Coming over the top of the hill. This is the apex. And there we go. I just said if you catch the grass, you're going to end up hitting the wall. So he's now got to sit here and wait for all the guys to come past. Now the Roadrunner's gone past, he can then sort himself out, but not the best of starts for Golden Brownie there. Back down to last place, and on the mini-map you can see he's about 10 seconds from, I think it was Roadrunner in 14th place now. So Bazza's got, both Bazza and Ice have both got a half-second penalty. It's probably coming on the left-hander. We'll see that later on in the race. But it's a horrible corner, and you're more than likely to pick up penalties from it. But that's going Fast JMS a nice little lead in front of Ice and Bazza, fighting for that second spot on the podium. It's given Berserker a chance. He's didn't have a penalty, so he's been able to catch up to the back of them two, bringing Molson along with him. Benji there in 6th. Benji's moved up quite a few places. I think he started in 9th, so up 3 places so far for Benji, which is good for him. Crazy Mac in 7th. FT1 there, getting a bit screwy. Top of the hill chicane is horrible. If you can, it's so blind, the apex, you just can't see it at all. But as I say, I stick with Welly here. It's this left-hander that they're going into now. You run it wide over that curb. Looks like Welly was very close there. Did he pick up a penalty? No, he didn't, but Crazy Mac did up ahead. So jump on with Crazy Mac, and I'll quickly see if I can show you what I mean. You got the normal curb, and then there you go, you run it onto this bit and you will pick up a penalty. It should pop up with a half-second. There we go. So yeah, you're running it onto the second curb and you will pick it up. So obviously then you literally serve it straight away, so you haven't got a lap to, or 3/4 of a lap to try and gain half-second. It's, you get it and that's it, you're serving it that lap. But that's going to put Crazy Mac probably down to 10th place. I think Welly and Vroom Vroom are going to get past him. So they are, is Blackie. I know the GT500's quick, but I don't think it's going to be that quick to catch up to the back of Crazy into the chicane. But we'll go to the front. So Fast JMS there, fastest lap of 1:19 dead. On lap 3, Ice in 2nd, Bazza 3rd, Berserker 4th, Molson 5th, Benji 6th, Pugwash 7th, Welly 8th, Crazy Max coming back on Vroom Vroom for 9th place into turn 1. Looks like he's got it done. Blackie in 11th with a second penalty. Gary there 12th, Pud in 13th, Roadrunner in 14th, Golden Ruddy still right at the back in 15th place. So it was all spread out. Obviously the feature race will all be different because the top 8 get reversed. So if you finish 9th, you start in 9th, but if you finish 8th, so Welly Bob at the moment in 8th position will be starting the feature race in 1st, and Fast JMS will be starting it in 8th. But anything can happen, and probably will happen in this race. Yeah, Fast JMS, he's got about 3 or 4 seconds over Ice at the moment, so he's a nice comfortable lead after the end of 4 laps. But Bazza's keeping right on Ice's tail there. Any little mistake from Ice, and I think Bazza will try and penalise him for it. Berserker boy there, he's just sticking with these two, he's not keeping too close so he can see the racing line and not get much wash from the car in front. It looks like he gets pretty good drive down the hill, catches up to the back of Bazza, coming up to the double right before the back straight. It looks like Berserker's got past Bazza. Bazza's going to try and defend it, but looks like Berserker's got that move run and done. He was purple in sector 1, so it was a cracking sector for Berserker that time round. Molson's dropped off the back of these two. I don't know if he served a penalty the last lap round, but he's got Benji right up his tailpipes. Benji pulls to the right, coming down to the left-right chicane at the end of the lap. Will Benji have it? Looks like Molson's not going to fight it too much. Molson's happy just to slip in behind and carry on racing. We've still got another 13 minutes or so of the race to go. Pugwash in 7th, got Welly up behind him as well. so no breathing room for Pugwash. Room there. He's got a bit of a gap ahead to Welly. And got Gary not too far behind, about a second or so behind him. Pud there. He's a bit on his own as well. Roadrunner. He's got Blackie. Blackie's gone deep. Blackie's gone onto the grass. That's not going to be very good for Blackie. Oh, he's got dirty tyres coming out of the last corner. And then, yeah, just let him run wide there, but onto the grass. Crazy Mac's been overtaken by Golden Brownie, so Golden Brownie's going to get past Blackie as well. Lucky that the yellow flag wasn't thrown out before, because Golden Brownie might have picked up a penalty there for overtaking under the yellow flags. But we've got a slow cut up ahead. We've got Bazza. Where's Bazza gone? There's Bazza. What's happened with Bazza? He's in the wall. Right, let's jump back to here. Oh, he's gone a little bit deep. He's gone wide coming out of turn 1. Gets it back on track. Luckily there's no one there. And it's probably going to be dirty tyres going off. That's why he's gone off there. So he's now alongside with Benji and Molson. Molson on the inside. Looks like a bit of a touch. And Bazza straight into the tyre wall. Engine damage. Front right and bumper damage as well. So really going to struggle to get up to speed. So you've got Pud, Roadrunner, Gary all coming through with a slow moving Jag in front. Golden Money just misses Bazza as he's trying to recover and repair the car. It takes about 30 seconds or so for the car to be repaired. So Bazza's now dropped all the way to the back. The car is now repaired, but from battling for 4th place all the way down to 15th. Not what you want to be doing. But we'll see if the stewards put anything in with the contact with Molson. Let's see if anything comes of it. But up ahead looks like there's a battle for 10th place. Golden Brownie's made his way up to the back of Gary. Goes for the move up the inside. Gets a bit of a tap from Crazy behind. A bit of a love tap there between Gary and Golden, but nothing to worry about there. But does lose a position to Crazy Mac in the process. But Golden Brownie back down to 12th. It's a bit of a battle here for, what is it, 10th to really Roadrunner in 15th. Back of the pack, the front of the pack's spread out a little bit here between Fast Jim's, Ice, Berserker, Benji, Molson there. He's the worst one in the battle here with Captain. He was obviously with Benji a lap ago, but obviously with that contact I don't know if he thought about slowing down to let Bazza come back past again. So we'll let the stewards decide on that one. But we've got a 4-way battle here for 5th place between Molson, Pugwash, Welly and Vroom Vroom in 8th place. Anything between these guys can happen. They're obviously so close. Run a little sight move, you get on the grass, you get dirty tyres, as we have seen so far, and you can run it wide and the car behind will just slip it up the inside. Looks like Pugwash was going for a move on Molson but thought better of it. Into turn 1. Sticks behind Molson there. We know that Peugeot isn't the quickest thing in a straight line, but the handling on it is better than most. I think the same with the VW. It's dab hand round the corners but just hasn't got the straight line speed, unlike the Mercedes that is fairly quick in a straight line but does struggle round some corners. Pud there in 9th, running wide, will pick up a penalty for that one, I do believe. Or was he going slow enough not to pick one up? Looks like he was. Golden Brownie there into 10th place, so he's worked his way back from last to 10th. He's going to try and push on. He's going to get past, probably try to get up to Pud. There's a long gap between him and Vroom Vroom in 8th place, so whether he can do that or not, if any of these boys can catch up, they will try their hardest. Gary there in 11th, As it's moved up a couple of places, up to 12th place. We've got Freeway coming into the chicane. Bit of a touch there from Roadrunner with Crazy Mac, but I think Crazy Mac was kind of losing it coming into the chicane on that grass. So I don't think there's anything there between Roadrunner and Crazy for that one. But back to the front. Fast JMS there. Pretty consistent lap times. Faster than 18.7. Most of them are in the low to mid 19s. So consistency is key. Don't have to be the fastest, but you can, as long as you're consistent, that's all you need. And don't pick up any penalties. Raj there doing very similar lap times as well. Low to mid 19s. Berserker Boy, which that 120 might have been a penalty that he had to serve on lap 6. But it looks like he has been catching up to the back of Ice for that second place. So once Ice got into second, he had Basil on his tail, and I know looks like he's going to have Berserker, who is closing up. A 19 dead for him and a 19.6 for Ice. So 6/10 caught that lap from Berserker. So it's only going to leave him about a second or so behind Ice. And we'll see if Berserker can do anything up to the back straight. Benji, Molson, Pugwash, Welly and Vroom Vroom all there, still fighting for that 5th place. Benji is just a bit too far up the road from this gaggle of 4. Golden Bunny has got past Pud and set the fastest lap as well of an 18.6. So he is flying to try and catch up to the guys, but I say he's got, how long? That's on 50 seconds. He's on 35, 36, so he's 14 seconds off the back with only 7 minutes to go. So he needs to catch 2 seconds a minute, which I don't think is going to be possible, especially on such a short lap. Maybe a second or so, but 2 seconds is going to be hard. Gary there in 10th. Pud there is going to have to serve a penalty. It's going to allow Bazza to get past for 11th place. Lucky, Roadrunner and Crazy fighting for 13th place. Lucky's set his personal best there through sector 2. Roadrunner and Crazy there. And Crazy was in League 1. I think it was just a mix-up. So he's been dropped down to League 2 for the season. He sets his fastest of a 1:19.180. So it shows you how close, he's in 15th place and he's only half a second off the fastest lap of the race. It shows you how close this field really is on pace. So just keeping the mistakes to a minimum, and you'll end up where Fast JMS is in first place with a nice 4 to 5 second lead. We have a change for second place. How did Berserker get past Raj? Right there, just down the back straight, so I missed that a lap ago. Must have just happened after I flicked away. Raj trying to defend, but Berserker in the FT1 just flew past Raj, or Ice, sorry. So let's jump back to where we were, which was there. So Berserker in second, Ice in third, Benji in fourth. Has he been catching these guys? He has been catching Ice for a couple of laps now, has Benji. So will he try and put a charge on in the last 5 and a bit minutes for a podium position? Wilson there in 5th. He's pulled away from Pugwash a little bit, about a second or so. Willie Bob has had been gapped by Pugwash again by about a second, and Vroom Vroom as well. So these 4 within a lap have already spread out between themselves. Golden Brownie in 9th place. Bazza up to 10th now. He's got past Gary and Pud. No, sorry, he got past Pud because Pud had a penalty. So he got past Gary. When did that happen? Down the back straight, the leg looks like again. Just, it's really the main overtaking opportunity. You see him either on the left or the right, just carrying the ultimate speed in through. Gary just kind of eases off and lets Bazza past. Let's jump back up to here. So Pud in 12th. Blackie, Roadrunner and Crazy all still fighting for that 13th place. Blackie's won it right, coming out onto the double right before the start, back straight, but he doesn't pick up a penalty. Obviously just let off the throttle. So all you got to do if you're running out of wide and you're going to pick up a penalty, just don't touch the throttle or just ease off the throttle. As long as you're not gaining time, the game won't give you a penalty. Fast JMS now on lap 13. He's got 4 minutes, so I would say they're probably going to get to lap 16. So he's got 3 laps or so to keep it in first place, but he has been dominant in this sprint race from the offset around turn 1, and that was it. Fast JMS was gone. Berserker there with a half-second penalty, and so has Ice. So that's going to give Benji a chance to have a look up the back end of Ice's car and see what he can do, potentially coming down to the chicane. So we'll stick with these guys to see if Benji can get past Ice for that last spot on the podium. It's hard to see. Change the camera angle, Mr. Cameraman. Benji's been able to close up, but not enough to the back of Ice. Really close now, these three battling for that second place. Or they just try and sit there and just take the points. You don't want to end up having an incident in the last couple of laps and sending yourself out of that reverse grid position. I think these three are probably well ahead of that 8th place. Molson there in 5th. Still that bit of a gap between him and Pugwash. Willie Bob's dropped into the clutches of Vroom Vroom for that 7th and 8th. Obviously the 8th going to first for the feature. So is it going to be a tactical, or I'm just going to let you pass so I can start at the front for the second race. Well, he went a bit wide there coming down the S's. And he goes wide there coming out of him a 2. Does he pick up a penalty? And will that give Vroom Vroom? That it will do. It will give Vroom Vroom that 7th place he's been looking at. But Golden Brownie there. He has caught up to the back of these guys. They're now on 50 and he's on 42. So he's caught up about 4-5 seconds, but it's just not enough. You see him there now in the background. He's got Bazza there in 10th place. Sounds like he got a bit of a broken car, did Bazza? Or was that just the Jags? Actual engine just sounded a little bit boggy down. It might be. I don't really need to say fuel in the sprint race. You see we're only halfway down our fuel tank with only a minute left of the race to go. Blackie there in 11th. Gary in 12th, Crazy in 13th, Roadrunner in 14th. So these four are all fairly close to each other. Pud there, he's had an incident. He's had a 1:30 on the last lap, so he's dropped about 10 seconds, but that looks more than 10 seconds between him and Roadrunner ahead. And yeah, look at that time. This time he's had another accident this lap as well, so really dropped off the pace in the last 2 laps from incidents. I don't know if they were with other drivers or just himself, but Fast JMS, will he get round to do another lap? Comes over the hill down towards the last corner. Looks like Fast JMS will get another lap with 5 seconds to go. Here's the battle for second. Will these guys get another lap? Benji doesn't. but Berserker and Ice do. So it's unlucky for Benji, but Benji finished in 4th place. Let's just skip it back a second so we can watch Benji come across the line. I'll go down the grid as they come across, and then obviously I jump back to the rest of the pack. So Benji 4th, Molson will come along in 5th place, Captain in 6th, Vroom Vroom will come along in 7th, so he did keep ahead of Welly after he served that penalty. Welly in 8th, Golden Brownie not far behind in 9th place, setting the fastest up on 18.271. Bazza in 10th place in the Jag. Blackie getting it all sorts of wrong on the last corner. What's happened with Blackie? He had a bit... Oh, let's jump back a bit here. So it looks like he had a bit of a tussle here with Gary coming into the chicane, side by side. A little bit of a love tap between the two. Gary gets it a little bit squirrely coming out. Blackie there just gets it on the grass, and Crazy Mac's done exactly the same. So what's happened with Crazy Mac? It's all gone on the last sector of the race. So Crazy Mac that gets a good drive out because of Gary getting out wide, gets pushed onto the grass, loses it in front of Gary. Don't know where Gary could have gone, but that meant that Gary finished in... Where did Gary finish in the end then? Let's have a look when he comes across the line. So Gary comes along the line to finish in 11th. Roadrunner will finish in 12th. Good result for Roadrunner. Crazy Mac finishes 13th. Blackie will come along the line to finish in 14th with engine damage. The only way to finish is with engine damage, just like Blackie. Pud there will come across the line to finish in 15th place. So unfortunate end to the race there for Pud, but Fast JMS as he comes up across the top of the hill and back down it again, round the last corner. Cracking race there for Fast JMS to win the sprint at Road Atlanta. Ice and Berserker. Why is Ice going slowly? Has it all happened again? A little bit of... Oh, Ice just tapped Berserker wide there, but I don't know if there was much between it. I'm not going to keep going to the reviews. I'll let the stewards again sort that one out. But Berserker gets 2nd place and Ice gets 3rd. If you've enjoyed the content, obviously please smash that like button, maybe even hit that subscribe, and I shall see you all on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.